Where is my whiteboard? All right. Everybody can see my my nifty whiteboard, right?
Yes, sir.
So cool. I love this thing. All right. So you remember Captain Jarzen started to map this thing out for you, right? What's this called?
The forward line, sir.
Forward line of troops.
Your flot, right? I think this is red. Let's call that enemy infantry company. And then we have team blue. I think this is blue. Okay. So what do we have right behind the flot, at the flot?
Company trains.
Company train.
All right. So does anybody know what this symbol is?
It's a release point, sir.
Bingo. It's your logistics release point. It's where your company trains are going to go to. That's where they're going to link up with the FSC. Okay. So right here, what would be right here?
Combat trains.
Combat trains what?
STSP.
No, combat trains command post.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to hear the same people over and over again, so I want some new voices to chime in. Okay, so what's at the CTCP?
Sir, the roll one medical.
FSC.
What's that?
We got a maintenance
Yeah.
team.
Medical station.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna pick somebody. Let's go Lieutenant Colorado.
Yes, sir.
What's at the CTCP? We have roll one.
Yep, there's roll one medical, and then let's see. I'll come back to you with that because I'm trying to write notes and I'm a little lost right now.
Okay. All right, let's do some phone a friend work.
We got
Someone raises their hand.
Sir, you can have the MST in there.
MST? What's MST?
The maintenance support team.
Right, maintenance support team. All right. So a simple way to kind of look at assets and such that would be at a CTCP is you're going to hear this from old people like myself. You're going to have 3-5 Mike, which means you're going to have class 3. You're going to have class 5. You're going to have medical. And then you're going to have maintenance. That's kind of like the base stuff that you're going to have at a CTCP. You're going to have enough fuel on hand to kind of sustain the CTCP and maybe do a very quick emergency push to an LRP. You're going to have enough class 5 to do an emergency push. You're going to have medical, which is your role 1, and then you're going to have your maintenance, which is your maintenance support teams. Right? And then a little bit away, a little bit further.
Excuse me, sir. What is that at the top? Can you repeat the 3-5? Mic, please.
So we have what? So we have class 3, right? Which is your fuel. We have class 5, right? Which is your ammo. The first M is medical. That's your role 1. Oops. Just erase that. And then your second M is maintenance. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So it's
Sure,
not
with-
the entire FSC, right? So somebody said it's the FSC that's at the CTCP. That's partially correct, right? It is not the entire FSC. It's a portion of it, which means, and this could be anything. Your class 3 could be a Humvee with a trailer with fuel cans. Your class 5 could be, you know, a PLS or an LHS with a crop full of 150 or 125 millimeter tank rounds. Right? Your medical could be the battalion aid station. Your maintenance could be 2 maintainers in a truck, in a contact truck. It could be anything, right? It could be a whole 978 Hemet fueler. It could be a tank rack module. It could be anything. But it generally is going to fall along these lines of 3-5 Mike. All right? This is a way. This is not the way. It is a way. So I don't want anybody to get confused, right? This is just a way of doing this. And this is a way of what is at the CTCP from an FSC. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what do we have that's behind the CTCP? What's the next echelon back?
Your FTCP.
That is so cool. What does FTCP stand for? Who just said that?
Lieutenant
Okay.
Kendall, sir. It's your field train.
Field train what?
Command post, sir.
Word. By the way, bonus points for anybody who can tell me what this symbol is. Not now, but
Field-
later.
Field train command post.
Yeah, no, we already said that. I'm talking about this one right here.
FSC, sir?
Huh?
FSC?
No, that's not an FSC.
Mechanized Infantry Battalion?
No, you're close.
Armor Unit Command Post.
No.
Mechanized armor battalion.
Okay. So really quick side note, everybody. I'm sorry. I got excited. This is a mechanized infantry battalion. This is a combined arms battalion. This one down here. That's combined arms. Which, like Captain Lasky and Captain Stummiller told you the other day, that has, you might have like 2 companies of tanks and 1 company of like infantry and Bradleys. Right? That's just what that is. So you have the FTCP. Who's at the FTCP?
FSC commander.
The FSC's there. That's so cool.
The field.
What's that? Who said it?
That's right. I'm looking at the slide for the field trains as Lieutenant Muncie. And I was trying to read. It says the field. It's the. I'm sorry, I'm not great with symbols, but that moon shape, isn't that feeding like food?
Yeah. Your class 1. But really, I don't want to go into the eaches. Just know that the FSC is at the FTCP.
Understood, sir.
Okay. So that's who's there. Who else is going to be at the FTCP?
Forward support.
Well, we know the Ford Support Company is the FSC. Who else is going to be at the Field Trains Command Post?
Did you say the feeding platoon yet?
That's under the FSC. Where's the battalion's HHC located? I know Captain Jarzen went over this with you. I know Captain Lasky went over it with
Is
you.
the Role 2 medical located there, sir?
No. Where's Role 2? Who is Role 2?
The CTCP.
No.
Sir, the Role 2 is the Battalion 8 station.
No.
Sir, is it the Charlie Company?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's
Role 2 is located in the brigade support area.
The
Yes.
BSA.
Right. But we're not talking about Role 2. Where is the battalion, the Combined Arms Battalion? Where is their HHC located?
Oh, it's located there, sir. The field FTCP, the Maneuver Battalion HHC.
That's so cool. Those are the two elements that are primarily there. Right? Does that make sense? Yes, no, check or hold?
Makes sense, sir.
All right, cool. All right. We're moving back a little bit further. Quickly. Now we have, what's this? What is behind the FTCP?
PSA.
BSA, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. All right, who's at the BSA?
Role 2 medical.
All right, so who is that? Who is Role 2 Medical?
Charlie
Coach.
Excellent. Who else is there?
Log
Alpha and
packs
Bravo.
built by Alpha Company.
All right, we have Alpha Company.
And then Bravo Company and Charlie Company as well, sir.
Yeah, well, who's Role 2? Remember, we already said Role 2 is Charlie Company. All right, so we have Charlie Company, that's your Role 2, Alpha Company, Bravo Company.
And then the HHC.
Yes, the HHC.
You BSB commander.
Yes. This person, that's supposed to be Oakleaf. Commander. Looks like CPR. Right? Now, which units make up Alpha Company?
You have your distro, trans platoon, supply, and the fuel and water platoon.
Good job. Who was that? Okay, Anonymous. Well, good job. Thank you. All right. All right, so everybody, right, this is about where you got with Captain Jarzen this morning. Make sense? You all remember? I know it was early.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
can you repeat the platoons? What you said, distro platoon, and what were the other ones?
Okay, so you all know this. You're all smart cookies. What are the platoons that make up Alpha Company?
Distro platoon.
water.
District platoon, trans platoon, supply, fuel and water platoon.
Right. Transportation platoon, your distribution platoon. It's the same thing. supply platoon, and then your fuel and water platoon. So, all right, so everybody remembers this, what Captain Jarzen went over with you, right?
Cool.
All right, so all I've done is just kind of repeat it. All right, now we're gonna have some fun. Squiggly, 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 squiggly. Way back here. What is this area now?
DSA, sir?
The what?
Is it DSA, sir, the division support area?
That is so cool. Let's just say, right, that's the division support area. Who else? Who is now here at the division support area?
The Sustainment Brigade.
Well, hold up. Who said the Sustainment Brigade?
Lieutenant Colorado.
Lieutenant Colorado. Such a cool name. So we're going to stick with you for this endeavor. All right, so at the DSA, we have our Division Sustainment Brigade. Right? Who's that? That's supposed to be a
Oh, the brigade commander.
word. Okay. What is the battalions that are organic to a division sustainment brigade?
The CSSB. Is one of them.
Is it called the CSSB?
So that'd be a DSSB.
Word. Who else is there?
This is Lieutenant Benson. Oh, sorry. Who else is
I
in
appreciate
the
Lieutenant
DSA?
Benson. What's that? Did you say special troops?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. All right. So now we're going to focus right on that DSSB. What are the units that are organic under the DSSB?
DSTB, sir.
So the Special Troops Battalion is organic under the Division Sustainment Support Battalion?
So that is the HHC.
Okay. So what else do we have here? What else is organic to a DSSB?
Sir, like ammo, supply, fuel, field services?
No, that sounds like a question, not a statement. Organic. Remember, we went over this before the break.
Sir, composite truck company?
Great.
Composite truck company.
Thank you. We've just said that.
Special Troops Battalion?
No, a Special Troops Battalion is not under a Division Sustainment Support Battalion.
Composite supply company.
That is so cool.
And
what else is organic to a DSSB?
Support maintenance.
Outstanding. Cool. So that's just what we're going to stick with, right? Because remember, we're going with what's organically there. Right? So everybody now remembers, we started all the way down here, all the way at company trains. And as we begin to work our way back from the CTCP, where we have our Role 1, our maintenance support teams, our 3-5 Mike, we work our way back to where the FSC is located at the FTCP, right? And then we work our way back further, and we have our Brigade Support Battalion located at the Brigade Support Area, which has Role 2, has Charlie Company, has Alpha Company, Bravo Company, their HHC. And then we work our way back to a much larger echelon, the Division Support Area, with the Sustainment Brigade, the DSSB, Division Sustainment Support Battalion, our Division Special Troops Battalion, and then within that Division Sustainment Support Battalion, we have our organic companies, HHC, your composite supply company, your composite truck company, and then your support maintenance company, right? What else is at the DSA? Again, we're focused mostly on the Sustainment Brigade and the DSSB. We have Role 1 medical care, Role 2 medical care. What are we missing?
Role 3 medical care, sir.
That is so cool. And who does Role 3 medical care?
That would be a field hospital, sir.
Right.
So that would be the medical support battalion that's attached to the DSSB.
So we're attaching battalions to other battalions?
No, the support brigade, sir.
Support brigade? Words have meaning.
Sustainment Brigade, sir.
Thank you.
Sustainment Brigade.
Right. Either that medical support battalion is attached to the Sustainment Brigade, but more than likely that Role 3 medical care is provided by the Combat Support Hospital. Right, which again, that's an 06 level organization. All right. So we're going to go one echelon back just so you can kind of see how all this kind of works out. Way back. What's this stand for? CSA. We know that the
core support area, sir.
Who said that last?
Lieutenant Matalonis, sir.
Lieutenant Matalonis, say it out loud, proud.
Core support area, sir.
Thank you. All right. Now I'm going to simplify this. Right. Don't worry about it. Let's just call that. That's probably not the wrong. That's probably not the correct symbol. Right. But at a core support area, you have your core. So like 5th Corps, 3rd Corps, 1st Corps. Right. And those corps are responsible for divisions. They'll have 3 to 4 divisions under them and such. But also their sustainment organization is they're going to have, this is a cross. They're going to have what's called an ESC, Expeditionary Sustainment Command. That's a 1-star command for a logistician. So cool. Where's my Ohio National Guard?
Here, sir.
Okay, so what sustainment brigade would be under this ESC? Who's my Ohio Guard guy? Can I hear you? Coming in low. Is it Lieutenant Frick?
Yes, sir.
All right. Lieutenant Frick, what sustainment brigade is at the core support area?
I'm not sure, sir.
You're not sure?
371st.
There you go. I'm not saying all 371st Sustainment Brigades are there, but that's just the one that is most memorable to me and near and dear to my heart. Remember, that's that big Sustainment Brigade. That's that core sustainment brigade that's going to be providing all of that sustainment support to the division sustainment brigade, right? And they're going to have all of their dozens of CSSBs, right? So Lieutenant Frick, you better remember Jawbone Warriors by the end of Bullock.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's kind of all the way back, right? I don't expect you to know this, right? But you also need to be aware of where you, all the way down here, all the way at that FSC, if you're there, this is where all your supplies are coming from. These are where your personnel replacements are coming from, that core support area. All right, now let's get a little bit more granular again. Everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Cool.
cool. All right. So, hold on. Zoom in just a tad more. All right. So we have our company trains, we have our CTCP, we have our FTCPs with the FSC, and we have our BSA, right? I'm gonna see if I can draw this. Yep. Doop doop doop. All right, that's our little train. It's Alpha Company doing what they should be doing, which is delivering stuff to FSCs. But they often don't because they're lazy. Right? So they've left here and they're going to the FTCP. All right. Now, from the DSA, we have the Composite Truck Company and the Composite Supply Company. Remember, these things. We have them delivering from the division support area to the brigade support area. Right? What is the CSC carrying? What are they transporting? Somebody tell me.
Class 5, sir.
They could be, but what are they primarily transporting?
Is it log packs, sir?
Well, they're conducting a log pack. What are they carrying in that log pack?
Fuel.
Class 3.
Class 3.
Yes. And what else?
Class 5, sir.
Not the CSC.
Hmm.
They could, but more than likely that's the CTC. What's the CSC carrying? We have class 3. B is for bulk. What else are they transporting? Who's
Class
going to
1.
JRTC? Who's going to JRTC in August?
Class 1, sir?
There you go. They're carrying bulk water. That's CTC. Everything else. Or rather, they should be carrying everything else. Sometimes they don't because transporters are lazy. And I work in transportation, so it's okay for me to say that. All right. So they're carrying all the other classes of supply. The CSC is carrying class 3 and class 1 bulk. Where are they taking that to?
They're taking it to the BSA, sir.
Yes. They're delivering it to the BSA. So who is who is receiving in the BSA, who is receiving the composite supply company's class 3 and class 1 water?
Alpha Company, sir.
Alpha Company.
Yes. Who specifically?
The water and fuel platoon, sir.
That is so cool. So who's receiving all the other crap that the CSE isn't bringing?
The distro platoon, sir.
Yes. Right? They're just dropping it. They're dropping the full stuff. They're picking up empty stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, right here we have our Now, who is that BSB? Who's delivering from the BSB to the FSC?
Alpha Company, sir.
Yes. Taking it to the FSC. And then who is the FSC delivering their stuff from to?
Line unit, sir.
Line units at the what?
LRP.
Rally points.
Your company trains. So does everybody see how these supplies and everything flows from that division support area all the way to the flot? All right, you see how vast that is. You see how vast some of these distances are, right? Like that the distance from the division support area to that first BSA, it could be 50 kilometers. It could be 60 kilometers. It could be 70 kilometers. Right? That convoy, that log pack convoy from the DSSB, you're probably going to be on the road for 6 hours or more. And then you have to get to the BSA, and then you have to deal with the BSA's crap. Because you have to download over there. Right? And then if you're in the BSB, if you're an Alpha company, you should be taking that to the FSC. If the FSC has to go back to the BSA to go get their supplies, and you're an Alpha company, you have failed. If the BSB has to go back to the DSA to get their supplies, and you're in the CSSB, you have failed. Sustainment moves forward. Sustainment moves forward. Support moves forward. Logistics moves forward.
Ronnie, so, sir, Lieutenant Ronnie.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a question. So what if, let's say, the trucks from the BSA are not working? So would that be an exception that FSC have to go back to BSA to get their supply?
Possibly. So I'm happy you brought that up. So I'm going to get away from that mess, and we're going to start a new picture. All right, it's going to be the same stuff. Actually, no, I'll just use the same one because we don't have as much time. All right, go ahead and erase all this. And that is a very good question that you brought up, because you have literally segued into one of the most important aspects of logistics in the distribution of logistics. So thank you, Lieutenant Zeroni. All right. So the big question was like, oh, hey, what if Alpha Company? Now, I get it. I'm a little bit anti-Alpha Company. You know, that's just like 10 years of bitterness built up. But let's say Alpha Company is actually doing their job and they're delivering to all these FSCs, but maybe they're a little bit overwhelmed, or maybe they've received some enemy contact. There's battlefield damage, right? Or again, this is a battlefield, right? There's lots of stuff happening. Or maybe that FSC is decisively engaged. Maybe they're bogged down, right? Maybe they have significantly less combat power than they did before. Did Captain Stuhlmiller or Captain Lasky talk to you about the different methods of distribution?
Yes. Yes, sir.
What are they?
Unit distribution, the supply point, and the throughput.
That is so cool. Okay. So unit distribution, pretty simple. It's basically what I've outlined here. Your CTC, your CSE from the Division Sustainment Support Battalion, located in the division support area, taking supplies all the way to the BSA. They drop their stuff off. Alpha Company does their job for once. And then they just take that stuff and they deliver it to the FSC. The FSC does their job and they deliver that to the company trains. And then those company trains disperse that amongst their units. That's unit distribution. Unit supply, right? And I probably spoke a little bit too soon, but when I said, hey, if you're in the BSB and you have FSCs going back to you to get their supplies, you failed. That is true with one exception, right? Say you are in Echo FSC, which is the engineers, supports the engineer battalion. More often than not, you're going to be co-located at the BSA. So should Alpha Company waste their time loading supplies onto their trucks and driving 20 feet to go deliver to the Echo FSC? No. Short answer is no, because Echo FSC is co-located with them. So guess what Echo FSC is going to do? They're just going to go to the supply point, pull what they need to get pulled, and then they go on about their business, right? But they're already co-located with them. They're not going back to a BSA because they're already in the BSA. The big one I want to focus on is throughput. To address, was it Manzaroni?
Yes, sir.
Okay, to address Manzaroni's question. So who could tell me what throughput is?
Sir, is that the rate at which you're transporting supplies or conducting resupply, or the rate and quantity?
So that is true in a business sense. Like throughput, commonly understood, is the rate at which something is accomplished. Like what's the throughput of, you know, the Superman ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain? Like what's the throughput of park goers who are waiting in line to go ride the Superman ride, right? And you can actually figure that out. That's a mathematical equation, but that's the very business way of looking at things. What is throughput, though, in the Army?
Sir, the throughput distribution method is basically skipping a link in the chain. So saying that the BSB goes right to the line unit.
Word. That is the coolest thing I've heard. So say the FSC, let's say their trucks are broken down, or maybe they just got hit by artillery. For whatever reason, the FSC is unable to get their supplies to the company trains. Alpha Company will then do a throughput distribution mission, which they're going to bypass the FTCP, and they're going to deliver the supplies that the FSC would have given at the company trains directly to the company trains as Alpha Company. Right? So think of throughput as it's a method, but more so it is a timed event. Right? It's an emergency event. Right? I'm going to tell you, throughput is one of the most dangerous words for a logistician. And this is where I'm going to take a crap all over transporters, which is okay because I work for transporters and that's what I get for doing that. Transporters are the worst because their immediate thought is throughput. The second worst is anybody who's not a logistician, so your combat arms, your engineers, anybody, that the only logistics word that they know is throughput. Like they heard somebody say it at one point in their life, and that's all they know how to say whenever they're talking to a logistician. Oh yeah, you'll just throughput this stuff to us. Like words have meaning. Words have meaning. Right? So throughput, it could be a timed event. So let's say, hey, the FSC is moving. And the FSC has already coordinated, hey, I have to displace my FTCP and I have to move forward. Hey, BSB, I need you to do throughput to the company trains at this point in time that I know I'm going to be unable to do it. Right? It's a timed event. It's pre-planned. Oops. Right? It should be pre-planned. Right? When you know there's going to be, you're going to hear this term a lot, when you know there's going to be what's called a logistics blackout. That's a point in time where a logistics unit who's responsible for providing logistics support is unable to provide that support during a blackout period, often associated with like movements. And really the last reason a throughput should ever be used is as an emergency. That's like, hey, I was just about to step off and then a rocket came down, blew apart all my vehicles and all the supplies that I had on them, and I'm SOL. I can't do it now. That's when you would do throughput, right? Guess who else can do throughput? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
One person at a time.
Can the CSC do a throughput?
Yes. CSC and CTC. Let's not forget about the composite truck company. Right? That division sustainment support battalion, who's made up of those composite truck companies, composite supply companies, they can also do throughput. Right? Because don't forget, this battlefield is always moving forward. That BSB in the BSA, they're going to have to move eventually. And when they're moving, right, remember, they're in a blackout because they're moving. They're tearing down everything. They're loading it all back up. And all that's happening is they're unable to, their Alpha Company is focused on moving themselves, that they can't distribute supplies to any FSCs. So who's going to pick up that slack because of this pre-planned blackout is going to be the composite truck companies and the composite supply companies. They're going to do throughput to the FSC. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So give me about 5 more minutes, or do y'all have to go right now?
Sir, I believe bus people should be loading on the buses right about now.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll stop it here. I have a meeting at 1300. It'll be quick. And then as soon as that meeting's done, I'm going to pick up with the rest. We're going to close this out. It should take no more than about 10 minutes. And then I'll discuss log stats with you in the latter part of the afternoon. And that should round everything out. But other than that, thanks everybody. Go load the buses so that way you can get your chow. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be standing by. But other than that, I will see you again, I think tentatively at 13:30.
Roger that, sir.
But I would be back online at 1300 for other Captain Jarzen.
It's a good copy, sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks, team.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.